Okay, we got a plunder game here. We got Barry, which could be good with the shepherd stuff. We've also got Pendant, which doesn't seem particularly useful. We could delve here to start. What do we hit 4 next turn? We could delve with 4 next turn. We bury a silver and buy a guide or something. See kind of no reason not to open with a silver here. Our only trashing is bats. We'd really like to get around to see the bat. Yeah, I think I like burying a silver and buying a guide. Gives us a pretty good chance of hitting 5 turn 3 with a silver on top and then 10 card deck. Unless we draw 3 estates. And then, yes, if we draw 3 estates, 2 coppers, we only hit 4, but then we always hit 5 the next turn. So we bury the silver and we buy. I mean, I could bury 3 coppers here and hit 5 next turn, but then I'm still triggering what is not a great shuffle. Oh, I did the math wrong here. Oof. We drew all the estates, and next turn we're gonna hit 4 again next turn. So that's not great, but we'll get one of you. Hope my opponent doesn't hit 5 and we don't have another quick one. Okay. Burying is awkward here. I've seen all the green cards. I could take a workers' village. I could take 2 silvers. I could take a delve now. I guess I'm going to take a delve and bury 2 silvers just so I hit 5. And hopefully don't draw something like silver, silver, copper, copper, shepherd. So now I get my vampire. Next turn I'll probably spin with the guide. And then look to get a sanctuary. And this has all kind of been a mess, it feels like. Yeah, this is just a perfect time to use my guide. Let's see if we can have a nice turn here. Miserable's a fine one. I don't think this game is going to be settled on 2 points. Guide kind of hamstrings the Berserker attack, although it interferes awkwardly with your burying. I guess I want second vampire. And here I'll take a second guide and a sanctuary. And then we can start exiling. We're looking to, exile estates with sanctuary. Possibly, maybe we're exiling coppers. You can draw a little bit with workers' village. Not like a ton, but a little bit. Sorry, with workers' village scholar. And we probably want to get a Leprechaun going as well. So there's like a lot of moving pieces we're still looking to collide together. And our draws have been pretty rough so far. Pretty rough so far this game. So top decking a silver and then hitting 4/4 is feels unlikely. I'd have to run the math to see. But 10 cards, 7 coppers, the most likely draw is 3 coppers, 1 estate. I'm sure of that. And then 2 coppers, 2 estates is the next. But we'll see what they decide to do on their turn, which they are taking their time or they have stepped away. Okay, they were deciding whether or not to guide, it looks like. Okay, we get a guide, we get a sanctuary. Yikes. This is not a good turn. I guess we get a leprechaun now. We've got 2 guides, shepherd, sanctuary. Not quite enough actions to make that work, but by the time we get to play, we'll try to grab like another workers' village and scholar maybe. I think it's too early to buy estates. Could go either way. No, I mean, we have 1 shepherd and 4 green. Yeah, we have we certainly too early to buy estates. And I think we have enough silvers already. And I don't think we need a 3rd guide. I think that's a bit much. So it should be a nice turn. We'll get to trash 2 and gain a 5, probably. I think I may actually gain a workers' village as a terminal here, as a village here, so I can then add a scholar and start doing some stuff with workers' village and scholar. Envious. Okay, we really don't have that many silvers and golds, so I'm not concerned about that. Okay, we can bury something. Do we have something to bury? We can bury an estate. I don't think I want to do that. I don't think I want to bury the Leprechaun, so trash that and gain ourselves a workers' village. I think I'm gonna cycle this, even though it's 5 money and it's sanctuary. I want to get back around to my vampires and continue thinning that way. I think I have another guide. The bottom 2 are like guide shepherd, which are pretty decent too. If I sanctuary, I would set aside a copper, play guide, and then I would discard the estate into the shuffle, which doesn't seem particularly good. So, okay, well, I didn't really want to draw this, so go ahead and get the scholar now. And probably use the guide again. My vampire and my bat are the bottom 2 cards of the deck. Just kidding. They discarded all my good cards. The shepherd is kind of here nor there at this point. I'm kind of okay to see the shepherd go, but that was just literally all my good cards there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of my good cards. Yep, all my good cards. They trashed my 5th worst card, and then discarded my 5th best card, and then discarded my 1st through 4th best cards. I do have another, whatchamacallit, I have a guide down there, and I can bury something, I guess, but I probably don't want to bury things since I'm discarding, but the vampire attacks that they've hit me with have been really brutal here. Okay, just take another. I don't want to silver. Alright, so we're going to take workers scholar. And we can take one more thing. We'll take like the sanctuary, I guess, which we can play, and then workers and then scholar, and it seems good. So we'll start this turn with workers village, and then sanctuary discard something, and then scholar to draw 7. We'll probably get Berserker attacked. We'll probably get Berserker attacked every turn for the rest of the game, and we'll just be quite a bit behind. I think we've trashed. They've trashed our center. Yeah, we're just very far behind. So we're now we're going to continue exiling the estates. Here. Okay. Okay, we're just like not close to this this thing working. What did we discard? Did we discard anything good? Just a silver. I'm gonna not buy anything here. Real bat trash 2 coppers, and then vampire will gain a berserker, which will gain another workers village, and now we should have enough cards that we can. Oh no, okay. I'm gonna say we can get Leprechaun into play, but only Berserker can get into play. And this is like a pretty decent set of cards to toss with guide. We can fish for the workers villages. It's a tough one. Like I don't know. Feels like I just had bad early draws, and they're just really far ahead because of that. I mean, they... Yeah, I top decked a silver. Okay, they just had much better They just had a much better opening. I guess it could have been worse. They could have hit one of my good cards. I'm pretty okay with them trashing a silver. My hope this turn is I can play 2 Workers' Villages, Sanctuaries, Scholar, Guide, Berserker, Leprechaun. It's like the dream set of draws. But they've had some really good vampire hits throughout. I discarded their Berserker, which they drew around to see. Like, I think they also got a vampire in turn 3, and I didn't. So, I'm just like, I should be pretty far behind in this game. Which I guess I feel like I'm not as far behind as I could be, given how much better they've drawn throughout. Okay, we're just not gonna... Come on! I bottom decked all the thing. I bottom decked stuff. Am I willing to take a hex? I've seen all the hexes before. We've seen all the really bad ones, I think. The discard one's pretty annoying at this point. I guess I'm not gonna take it. I think I need the gold. Okay. That's fine, actually. Because I can trash both of those. And then I will flip this hand up. And hopefully get back around. Not seeing a card to exile with my Sanctuary feels pretty unlucky there. I have a couple of estates I could have seen. I have the pasture I was happy to see. I just didn't see them. And this just feels like I'm just not finding stuff. Maybe the Leprechaun was a couple turns too early. Maybe that should have just been another silver. Or another guide, even. Oh boy. Okay. Well, hey, we did it. We did it. We get a wish. 5. Okay, we have so many villages now. It feels like we should get... I mean, the Berserker doesn't seem like it's doing very much. We could get, like, Workers' Village Guide, Workers' Village Estate. Workers' Village Estate and gain a Scholar. Oh, we can even bury something. We can bury a Workers' Village? I just don't see the point of that. That doesn't really hurt either. So the idea now is we have these extra golds, which we can start wishing. We have these extra wishes. We have some golds. We can wish for estates and stuff and exile them, or wish for a sanctuary and start exiling the extra estates that we gain, and make up the difference in provinces by gaining like an extra estate or 2 a turn and having a bigger engine. That being said, they have all the same pieces we have except for the Leprechaun, so I don't really see how we stop that. We also need to keep gaining Workers' Villages, I suppose, since that strategy relies quite a bit on having villages, but finally getting to play our Leprechaun for a wish after the 5th time we draw it feels pretty bad. Okay, well, this will be an easy toss. Yeah, we do really want to find everything and discard and draw, and we may even look to exile silvers. They're just so far ahead in exiling because they hit 5s so much earlier. And I assume you just take Workers' Villages for a while in their position. How did they hit 8? 3 silvers. Okay. 3 silvers and a mining road. They gained a Leprechaun, they can't really play it this turn. Okay, yeah. I'm in a lot of trouble, but I feel like they've not played perfectly, so I'm in a better place than I should be. That hex doesn't do anything. Sanctuary or Duchy would be my guess. Oh my god. I don't. Okay. Well, that was just a sad game. I had like multiple more villages than the rest of that shuffle, and it was not to be. So maybe we'll play another one.